Good afternoon, everyone. How are we doing? We are just waiting for a few more folks to join in, and then we'll start. This meeting should take about 5 to 10 minutes, and we'll start in a few. Um, okay, so let's start. Like I said, this meeting should be about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the amount of questions that you have. Just wanted to give a brief update. Graduation festival is coming. We all know about that, and we have a couple of trips to other colleges planned that you're going to get some information soon. We have Hostos, BMCC, and City Tech coming up in May, so you'll get some information to register kids. And we already know that the Dutchess Community College trip is taking place at the end of this month. So I just wanted to bring everyone together today because I know that we were working on the life status review dashboard, and I wanted to let everybody know that it is ready, and I wanted to show you what it looks like and to also break down how we're going to do enrollment for sites that are at capacity or near capacity. So I'm going to share my screen right now and show you what this dashboard looks like. It's very simple. And here it comes now. Okay, so this is the life site status review dashboard. So you can find that in Salesforce if you go to reports, and if you go to life social workers, your folder may not be here, but it's going to be there. And then we already know about the life social worker follow-up. You have the life site status review dashboard. So what this is going to do is, if you want to call it an internal waiting list, you can do it. You can call it that. But what it's basically doing and telling us is the number of kids in our LYFE program that want to be transferred to another site, but cannot be transferred because there's no space. So right now, we have 265 plans complete. So we're still missing a few more that I know some social workers are working on today. 260 of our kids right now are in the life center that they want to be in, which is 98%. So that's really good data. 5 children, or 2%, want to transfer to another life site, but cannot transfer at this time. Arissa, we're going to connect on the one student from LIC in a little bit, but more importantly, let's look at these other 4. So right now we have 1 child that wants to be at Harlem Renaissance Infant Toddler. one child that wants to be an environmental, one that wants to go to Hillcrest, and one that wants to go to Mid-Manhattan Adult Learning Center. So as specified in our individual check-ins, those kids that are on this list, and if you click, you can see exactly who they are. You can see their name. You can see the social worker that's supporting them right now. So Harlem Renaissance, when space opens up in the infant toddler classroom, this kid, Kyori Walters, will have preferential transfer, will be able to transfer to that site before anybody else. That's before any new families in life. Same thing with here, Amari Burgos Hislop, currently at Far Rockaway, wants to go to Hillcrest, cannot go to Hillcrest right now because Hillcrest is full. If Hillcrest gets availability, if we lose a family or discharge a family, this parent goes next. So this dashboard, social workers should be referring to this regularly, especially when you have space and you're looking to enroll new families into the LYFE program. And that is pretty much it about the LYFE Site Status Review Dashboard. So as students and children enroll into LYFE, every child needs this plan. It should be completed within 1 week of enrollment. So after they are with you for 1 week, have a conversation with them, see if this is the right LYFE center for them or if they wish to transfer somewhere else. Now, to be clear, if they want to be transferred somewhere else and there's space at the other site, you do the normal procedures as before. You just transfer them, right? This tool here does not stop you and should not stop anyone from connecting with colleagues, right? Social workers, we still want you to connect with each other and continue to support each other doing the amazing work that you're always doing. But what this dashboard is going to do is serve as a tool or vehicle for us to know which families want to go to a LYFE site that is full, and that's what it's going to do. So of course, along the way, if for example, this kid here, Zamira Nathaniel Bernard, wants to go to Mid-Manhattan, is currently enrolled in high school for environmental studies. If this changes along the way, simply Zamira just has to go back to the plan and change it. Doesn't want to go to Mid-Manhattan anymore, okay? And that's the most important thing too. If you also select wants to go to a LYFE center at a future date, just make sure you select the date that they want to go to, whether it's next month or next year. And, you know, one other thing that I failed to mention, if you have children who want to transfer to other LYFE centers next school year, you don't have to enter that information in this plan. This is only for kids that want to transfer to a LYFE site during this school year, 22-23. If you have a student parent who wants to transfer their child to another LYFE site next school year, that's the plan that we do at the end of every school year, which is the educational plan for next school year. So we're going to be giving some information about when that's due in Salesforce, probably not till sometime in May. So again, this tool is only completed for children who want to be transferred this school year. So at this time, we have turned on the question and answer function. So if you have any questions, you can feel free to hit the Q&A tab and type in questions, and me and the APs will answer them right now in real time. And if we don't have the answer, we'll get back to you. But we're just opening up for questions at this time. And while we're doing that, we're just going to put Merva live because she has a nice, beautiful smile, and I think everybody should see it. Go ahead, Merva. Show them that smile you just did. There we go. Say hi. And you could also say hi to Jody. Say hi, Jody. There we go. And then I'll put myself back on. With that, you could smile at me. Okay, so any questions? So we'll stay here for a few minutes if you have any questions about this process. We know it's a new process that we're rolling out, but the most important thing for us is that we just want to make sure that families are enrolling in the right place at the right time. So if you have a kid who's enrolled in LYFE and they want to go somewhere else, they deserve to go to the place that they want to go to before a new family enrolls in. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them right now.
If you
So
don't,
sorry, we have our first question. The
yeah,
question is, when should this be completed? So life status review plan should be completed 1 week after enrollment. So the reason that we don't want it to be done the same day that a kid enrolls is because we know that a lot of families, excuse me, will enroll in life and they initially say they want to go somewhere else. But after meeting the teacher and the social worker, they develop a relationship and then they realize that the life center that they're in is the best place for them. So 1 week after enrollment. Okay, we have our second question. Do you have to list 2 preferred sites? And the answer is no. So if you go back to this dashboard, um, oops, where'd it go? Here. So if you go back to the dashboard, you have the opportunity to select 2 sites. However, you only have to do one. So the social workers who completed this tool this morning, I mean last week, and they only selected 1 site. So the second preferred site is just for kids who might want to go to more than one location, but you only have to do one. That was a really good question. Okay, next question. Good question. How often should you check the Life Site Status Review dashboard? So I mentioned you should check this regularly, right? It's not something that you need to check daily. However, you should be aware generally of life children that want to transfer to your site that cannot because you're fully enrolled. So, you have to really think about your caseload. If you are at a site that is full to capacity, you should be checking this dashboard more regularly than someone who has a life site that is not fully enrolled. So if you're at 50% capacity, this is not something that you need to check as frequent as others because the theory is there's not going to be a waiting list for kids who want to transfer to your site. Those kids are going to transfer immediately. So it depends on the life site that you're working at. It depends on your caseload, but all social workers should be aware of the life site status review dashboard and the number of kids that will go on this who would like to transfer. Okay, that's another question. That's not related to this, but I'll answer it. So the question is, what life sites will Evelyn directly support, and when? So tomorrow, I'm actually going to send an email to announce the new breakdown in supervision and support from Jody, Merva, and Evelyn. So look out for that email, and you'll see which sites social work APs will be supporting directly. Very good question. Wow, this is an unrelated question. Okay, you guys are asking some questions outside the box, but that's cool. Um, yes, the question is, will there be an end of the school year get together for Life staff, similar to our holiday party? And the answer is yes. The Life Special Events team is currently working to put something together, an optional outing for Life staff at the end of the school year. As soon as we get some information, we hope that all social workers and teachers and ed paras come. We had a lot of fun at our holiday event in December, and we're hoping that we get an even bigger turnout in June. Okay, we have another question. Can you put a response for kids that may be leaving life or transitioning to outside daycare or 3K on this form? So two separate tools. This is only for kids who are looking to transfer within this particular school year. Kids who are looking to transition out of LYFE or out of 3K will be completed on the LYFE educational plan for next school year. So I just want to show everyone what that looks like, just to remind. So for example, Coyote Waters, at some point in May, every social worker will click new educational plan here, and then you'll select educational plan for next school year. And here is where you would enter that information, which LYFE site they want to go to for next school year. Will they transition or will they remain in LYFE? And if they're transferring to another 3K center here. The reason that it's two separate tools is because this is for next school year, and that plan is for this school year. So thank you, Saxia. That was a really good question. And I hope I answered it. Good. So I think we're out of questions. So as always, if you need any support with this or any of the other tools in Salesforce, feel free to connect with me or a LYFE administrator. Social workers, we're going to be doing a check-in during the month of April. Just another brief reminder, you have your social worker dashboard. Please check that one. I don't want to say daily. I'm going to say regularly, right? Incomplete trackers here that are in need of update. So right now we have 49 trackers that should be updated. This list is a bunch of kids that declined enrollment. We still want to follow up with them. And here are the ones that were missing goal setting and missing assessment summaries. And I believe assistant principals connected with all of you about this chart here, but I'll just mention it once again. This is the missing social worker confirmation anticipated grad date. So if you remember back in January, our guidance counselors had taken over the graduation planning tool with regards to the anticipated graduation date. So what they're doing is they're reviewing transcripts directly with host schools and the transcripts that they get from host schools, and they're confirming when that graduation date is going to take place based on their review of the transcript. So social workers, your task or your job when you connect with guidance counselors and social workers is to confirm that this date is correct. So what you would do is you would click this dashboard. Let me just go back to the dashboard. I'm sorry. Whoops, where are we? All right, so we go back to this dashboard, right? I'll just pick on Robert for a second. So Robert, you have a student named Juliet Flowers. So Robert, what he would do is go to Juliet Flowers' high school graduation plan. And what the guidance counselors believe, based on the review of the transcript, is that this kid is going to graduate on June 27th, 2023. So Robert would look at the social worker confirmed status set question. After connecting with the guidance counselors and the social workers that this student parent works with, Robert would answer, confirms the graduation date is correct, or confirms the anticipated graduation date is not correct. And remember, the reason that social workers are doing this is because we know that reviewing the transcripts without speaking to the actual school is not the best way to do that. The transcripts only give us a piece of the puzzle. We know some schools are able to provide a lot more credits than we would expect sometimes, which would push up the graduation date. And we also know that some schools delay graduation dates, don't know why. But that's really your work to support this LYFE program and ensuring that this anticipated grad date is correct. So all the anticipated grad dates are in for all student parents in LYFE. And we are just asking you to complete that question to confirm the anticipated grad date is correct from our guidance counselors. And just know that if they made a lot of mistakes with those dates, then I'll be talking to them. One of them just walked by. All right. Okay, so since there's no more questions, thank you everyone for joining. And we will see you soon. If I don't hear from you, have a wonderful vacation. It's well deserved. You know, social work, I know social work and appreciation month is over. But you know, LYFE appreciates social workers every day. So have a great day and a great vacation.